Good morning, everybody, and welcome again to Vitality and Vision. It's your time to shine with me, Carol Lovely, where I share some tips to help you revitalize your energy and proactively explore all those brilliant, unlimited possibilities within you. So it's a really great opportunity to start to connect with others and explore this wonderful new age of expansion and outrageous potentials. So I'm here on Lake Harriet Spiritual Communities Facebook page live the second and the fourth Wednesdays at 9 a.m. And yes, I know I'm a few minutes late this morning because we had a few technical difficulties, but we're here now. So last time we were together, I shared an energy forecast for 2021. Transformation is a really big hallmark energy for this year, and progress will be inevitable. So I noted that we needed to pay attention to the increased intuition and flashes and insights. So trust that inner confidence. You're taking responsibility for who you are as a very unique individual. So we're upgrading our belief system in favor of all that will allow us to be more open to love, light, liberation, and joy. So, did you have some moments in the last couple of weeks where you were surprised by some kind of insight? And how did that insight help you to shift your belief system? And if you have some examples, please note them below, because as you do that and share, then other people will also be more willing to share. So this week, we're going to spend our time moving out some old stuck energy to make room for new levels of joy. So perhaps last year was a very difficult year for you on many levels. It was for many people. And it's been very hard for you to even consider letting in more joy or letting in even more happiness. So let's not forget that that quantum field that's all around us is amped up to bring together like energy with like energy. So even if your busy mind is telling you that there's nothing to be joyful about, you can start shifting your energy field toward allowing in more joy and happiness while calming that mind. And today we're going to I know I've shared some of these techniques before in other places, so I'm just pulling together a couple of them today to help us make room. Because again, if that quantum field is pulling like with like, and you're in spinning around in hopelessness and helplessness and anxiety and fear, that's what you're pulling towards you. And so if and that might be where you are right now, you can use your energy field around you to start shifting that, even while your mind is telling you, yeah, that all this other stuff is still going on. So you got to start somewhere. So hopefully this will help some of you out there. And maybe some of you are just ready after some of the shifts we've even seen in the last couple of weeks around us to say, you know what, things can be different, and let's start helping that to really happen within ourselves and around us, one step at a time. So I heard the other day that the difference between happiness and joy is that happiness or unhappiness is what you feel in the moment as a result of something that's in your daily world. So here's this incident, this thing that happens, and you can either feel happiness or unhappiness, and it's in the moment. But joy is at the core of your soul. So even when you're feeling unhappy, you can feel those feelings and then move on more quickly if the core energy of joy within you is really strong. So we actually have this energy system that's called the radiant circuits of joy that we can activate to start bringing up more of that good feeling. So sometimes people ask me, why are you always so happy? Are you always so happy? Are you always in a good mood? Well, no, I'm not. Life happens. I'm human. I'm in a human body. What I am aware of is that I don't need to sit in an unhappy place judging the rights and the wrongs as long as I used to do that. Um, that I can say stop. And it's, for me, it's that easy. Stop. And when I say stop, my whole being goes, oh, we're doing that again. I'm much quicker to decide to stop vibrating it, because you get to decide what your field is going to vibrate, your energy field. And if like is attracting like, I get to decide how long I'm going to sit in that energy of uncomfortableness or anger or fear or whatever it is. And I'm much more likely to just feel it, understand it, do whatever I need to do with it so I can move more quickly back into having a different vibration in my field. So I hope that that explanation is helpful for you, because I want to be vibrating kindness and joy and happiness and those kinds of feelings for the majority of my day. So, if your emotional bucket is already full of sadness and anger and resentment and hurt, it's really hard to feel that happiness and that joyfulness. So, let's start today by doing a few quick techniques to expel or shift some of that old stuck energy to make room for what you would choose to fill your bucket with instead. So, wherever you're right now, I'm going to have you stand up, and I'm hoping that you can still hear me when I stand up and move farther away from this mic, but let's see how this all goes. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove some of that energy, of that stuck energy. Let me get this chair out of the way so I don't hit it. So we're going to remove some of that stuck energy from your bucket of whatever it is. And you can be thinking about that while we're doing this or not. It still can be helpful. So actually, it's pretty easy. So we're going to start by kind of rubbing our hands together, bringing that energy in, and then you're going to make your hands into fists, okay? And in your fists, you're going to grab some of that, that anger. Maybe you're going to grab some of that fear. Maybe you're going to grab some of that resentment or that hurt in your hands. So that's what's in here. Tight fists, okay? And then you're going to take your arms and you're just going to take a deep breath, and you're going to hold that breath for a minute. So take a deep breath and bring your arms up, and then just bring them down really quickly and let your breath out. Okay? So let's do that again. And now let's do it one time really slow with purpose, okay? So that's just a really quick way to move some of that energy that you would like to move out. And you can do that one time during the day, 10 times during the day, and just start moving that energy. Just start moving that energy out. So I'm going to bring this back over here for a second. And we're going to move on to the next thing. And I did a whole section on this. I think it was back in November where I did a whole one of these vitality and visions on triple warmer, the importance of triple warmer in our lives and calming that energy of triple warmer. So triple warmer is the energy that governs your, that fight, flight, or freeze energy in your body. So if you are all wound up and spinning and have a lot of turmoil, it might be really helpful you to go back and look at that that whole section that I did on triple warmer. so that you can have more techniques for calming triple warmer energy. Because if that energy is really holding on in your field, it's really hard to tap into joy and happiness and bringing in those kind of feelings. So, but here's one of the ways that we can help to calm that triple warmer energy. So again, we're going to rub our hands together and shake them off. And then close your eyes, and you're going to put your hands over your eyes and breathe in and out. So just put your hands over your eyes and breathe in and out. Take some nice deep breaths. I like to make a noise on my out breath because sound is vibration, and it starts to, connect with those places in your brain to start shifting those energies. So you keep your hands here, and I'm just going to talk to you for a second. But from here, you're just going to pull your hands out to the side of your face, to your temples. So take a deep breath and pull your hands out to the sides of your temples, and then breathe in and out. Now we're going to take a deep breath, and we're going to take our hands, and we're going to go up toward the top of your ears, and then over your ears and down behind your ears, and land with your hands on the back of your shoulders. So it's simple. Just take a breath and take your hands up and over your ears and bring them down, and we're going to just land on our shoulders here. I like to take my middle finger and kind of push it in while I'm holding this right here. Because that's another triple warmer point. So we're just going to let your hands hold here on your shoulders for a minute and take a breath. And then we're just going to drag those hands off the shoulders and bring them to your heart. So you just put hands over your heart like this. And you're just going to take another breath. Perfect. So that's a really great way to get triple warmer to start calming down. And using both of these together helps you to make room in that bucket, that emotional bucket, for some new energy. So let's choose to fill up some of that room we've got in our bucket right now with some happiness and joy. And we can do that by starting to connect with these radiant circuits of joy that are in our body. So we're going to start by doing a technique that's had several different names over the years, but connecting heaven and earth seems to be a really good one that has landed with it. So again, I'm going to stand up here and show you this, because this is more of a standing thing. So sorry for all the ups and downs, but I think you can hang in here with me. So we're going to rub our hands together. Perfect. Take a deep breath. And now when we take another breath, I'm going to show you what we're going to do, and I'm going to go back and do it with you. So when you take another breath, on your in-breath, you're going to take one hand, doesn't matter which way you go first, and you're going to, with the palm up, you're going to push up toward the heaven, and with the palm down, you're going to push down toward the earth. So I don't want to back up too far because I want you to be able to hear me too. So we rubbed our hands together, took a deep breath, and then we're going to let that out. And on the next breath, we're going to push up and look up toward that up hand. Look up toward it. And then when you're ready to let go of that breath, we're going to bring our hands back together. And then we're going to do the other side. Hand up, hand down, looking up toward that up hand. And to let your breath go, you're going to come back to the center. Perfect. The other side. When you kind of get into this, you kind of even use your whole body. And the other side. The other side. And now we're going to come back to center, And now we're just going to flop over like a rag doll. And again, if you have any injuries or whatever to your back, you want to maybe pretend or visualize you bent over, or only bend over as far as it's comfortable for you. But you're just going to drop over here like a rag doll. I don't even know if you can see me, but you don't need to see me. And just take a couple of deep breaths. And then as you're coming up, I want you to start doing this with your hands, making figure eights with your hands. So starting at your feet, coming up your legs, making figure eights with your hands, all the way up over your head. And I kind of like to toss that down and jiggle it down a little bit. And again, you can come back to bringing your hands on your heart. That feels good. So, again, that technique starts making room to get those radiant circuits going. So here's one of the radiant circuits that I want to show you this morning that I really like. It helps us to sort of connect the energy. So we have energy meridians, radiant circuits, we have meridian or chakra system, we have all electrical system, we have all these systems in our body that have energy going up and down all around us all day long. So they're sort of, for most of us, unseen energies, but they're there and they're very much a part of us. So sometimes what happens when we get very challenged in our life by whatever's going on, those radiant circuit energies get weaker and weaker. They're still in there, but we're just not enhancing them in any way, but they want to help, and they are able to jump energy around our body and really bring balance. So just knowing where a couple of them are and being able to bring some energy into them is very, very, very useful. So here's one that I like. So sometimes our energies from the top and the bottom get sort of disconnected. And when we do this one, it's called a belt flow. It helps to start reconnecting the up and the downs of our body. And I've really found it very useful for myself and many of my clients. So it's pretty easy to do. You're going to start with both of your hands as far back on your back as you can go, and you're just going to start dragging that energy right on your body all the way across to the other side. Just pulling it across as if you're putting your belt on, okay? So we can do that a couple of times, and don't forget to be breathing. And after we've done that a couple of times, we started on this side, so we're going to go down the opposite leg. So I'll back up a little bit, but you're just going to, with your hands, push that energy all the way down your leg to the bottom. And now we're going to start on the other side, and we're going to pull that energy across the belly, and we're going to go all the way down the other leg. And let's try that again. If you happen to be pregnant, you go down below your belly, down below. But for most of us who aren't, we're going to just come right across a couple of times again and bring that energy down your leg. And then across. And you can show your kids how to do this. This feels really, really good. I hope you're feeling that it's good, feeling really good. So, but yeah, you can teach your kids to do this and get their energies going, their joy energies going. You can do this on somebody who's sick in bed. You can just do it for them. There you go. So that's the belt flow. And again, I just really like that one. I think it feels good to start getting those energies from the top and the bottom of us reconnected again. So, and one more thing that I'm going to show you today that's really helpful, and I know I probably have shown this one before. I know I have, but where it is, on what video, I don't know. But this one is bringing some energy around the heart. So, what we're going to do is We're going to start with our hands on our heart. We're going to take a deep breath. And it's kind of called 3 hearts because we're going to do 3 hearts. And then we're going to start by bringing our hands. So take a deep breath, and while you're holding it, you can bring your hands up over your breast, around the outside, and down to the base chakra. And then letting your breath out, and then bringing your hands back up to the center of your body. So take a deep breath, let it out, and bring your hands up. And take a deep breath, and down, and up. And take a deep breath, and up, and then one more. And landing on our heart. Do you notice we land on our heart a lot when we do these exercises, these energy exercises? It's a really good place to land. Sorry, I should have maybe brought my stool in. This chair doesn't roll really well on the carpet that's right here in this area. So, yeah. So again, last time, that we were together, I was sharing about these sparkling new energies of inspiration that are just kind of igniting within all of us. And it's in the field around us. It's getting bigger and bigger. It's raining down all this energy of, yeah, yay, yay, yay. The energy is shifting. So the more we connect with that energy, and the more we can fill up our bucket with some happiness, with some joy, even if you watch a funny movie, even if you think about things that bring you joy, maybe your pets or your grandchildren, or some project that you're doing, filling up that bucket and having some joyful energy at your core will help you in those times when things don't seem as happy or joyful, when things are really challenging in your life. At your core, that joy will be there, and you can use these simple techniques to start shifting out of wherever you are and pulling yourself purposely back toward where you'd like to be. So, again, we're upgrading our system in favor of opening up to more light and love and liberation and joy. So that's it for today. I'll be back again and see you again on February 10th. That'll be the next Wednesday that I'm here. And again, if you'd like to find out more information about opportunities for meditations and classes with Lake Harriet Spiritual Community, it's on their website, on their calendar, and some of that also gets posted here in the feed. You can also make a donation to Lake Harriet. That's always, always greatly appreciated. And next Tuesday, February 2nd at 7 p.m. on Zoom, I will be leading the Lake Harriet Tuesday meditation. We have someone leading a meditation every Tuesday at 7 p.m. So is it next week? Yeah. So next week is mine. So we're changing over the month. I had to think about that for a minute. So join me. You can head over to my website, to carolovely.com, and there's a button there on my Book Now page to sign up and register. And once you've paid your $10 fee, I will send you the Zoom login and an email. And a portion of that fee is shared with Lake Harriet. And the next Lake Harriet Spiritual Communities Women's Group, which I lead, is on Monday the 15th in February. Again, 7 p.m. on Zoom until it's safer for us to, come back together. So, and the login for that is on the calendar, like Harriet Spiritual Communities calendar. And I'll also put that login up in the women's group, like Harriet Spiritual Communities Women's Group. We have a Facebook group. If you'd like to join that Facebook group, you just need to find me on Facebook, like me, tell me that you'd like to be part of that, and I can put you into that group. because it's a private group just for the Lake Area Spiritual Communities women. So there you have it. And if you're looking for more of these tidbit moments, they're on my YouTube page, Carol Lovely, and they're also on my website. I have a free page. So that's it for now. I'll see you again really soon, and have a great 2 weeks, and emptying your bucket of what you don't choose to have in there and filling it up with some more joy. Bye for now.